Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ryan.
And Ryan's stretching. He's out there getting his stretch on before he goes and helps everyone get some food.
That's it. I can't just roll out of bed and come here and lift boxes and put big heavy things of frozen chicken and vegetables in cars. I gotta stretch now.
That's right. We're getting a little it's so fun. I love that the birds are chirping and it is not raining today, so you have a great weather.
Yes, thank goodness for that, for sure. So we have a lot of new stuff here, which is great because we go through ebb and flows of what's available as far as produce and protein and things like that. But today they have a ton of really great stuff, new stuff, which is good.
Yeah, because everyone likes some variety, so that's always appreciated, I'm sure.
Yes. So last night, if you didn't see, I think WPTV covered it, but we were able to approve a new valet program in Delray Beach. So we reached out to our restaurants. I think we spoke about it a few weeks ago, and asked them what would help them. And this idea of closing down Atlantic Avenue was out there. Other cities were doing it to help extend tables outside, but they said please don't do that. And plus it was high risk because we could have thousands of people come down to Delray Beach. By the time we got around to having that conversation, the cities that had closed their streets, Boca Raton and Clematis, they had already reopened them because it didn't work. So luckily we didn't do that. But what they did tell us was everywhere valet was working, which really surprised me. But the valet is going through all these different processes where they put the windows down, they're wearing masks, they sanitize the car, they hand you another, hand sanitizer wipe as you get into your car. And people are really comfortable with that. They get in their car, they drive it to the restaurant they're going to, or to the downtown area. They get out, they get back in their car. So we turned valet back on Wednesday. Between Wednesday and Sunday, the downtown parked over 500 cars. Over 500 people came to downtown. Now think about that. Not only, of course, are we just reopening and still in the first phase, but the weather was,
horrible.
Pretty horrible. And yet still over 500 people. So it shows that it works. And I believe Tiffany's going to put up what the old valet system was, which, by the way, we were going to go through a pilot program this summer anyways to address this valet system and try to help out with the traffic. Let's see if Tiffany's able to put that up.
Got it, Tiff? Technology sometimes works with us and sometimes against us. It's coming. Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, this is the valet parking layout today. So as you come in on the left side of the screen, you see you come in off of Swinton, past Swinton, and then there's a valet right there. Then no valet for a block. And then you can either make a left on Second and there's a little valet there, or you can make a right on Second and there's a little valet there. And then there's this other little valet before the railroad tracks. So it's all these little tiny ones all in that intersection, which is our busiest intersection for pedestrians. It's just a mess. And you'll see right in the middle of the screen, there's a rectangle green box right there. And that is all valet parking. And ideally with parking program, you want your valets to park vehicles out of the core, not to take parking spots in the core.
Sure.
So now let's look at the, and you can see there's a bunch of left-hand turns, which isn't good as well. So now let's take a look at the new valet program. And by the way, this is going to be a pilot program. So we're going to be running this for 60 days, and then we'll review it. We'll have the input of our fire chief, our police chief, our DDA, our businesses. So now you take a look, you come in through Swinton, and the first 3 blocks are valet. And they're nice, big, long valets in that first 2 blocks. So that now when you come into our downtown that the first 3 blocks, you're either going to pull in for valet or you're going to keep driving. You're not going to try to find one of those very, very rare on Atlantic paid parking spaces, right? So you're gonna come in, and then once the valet does take your car, they're only taking right-hand turns. Everything is a right-hand turn. When they bring your car back around, it's all right-hand turns. No, yeah, exactly. And no cars are being parked in the core, because as you can see, that little green box, that's an old school square, that goes from valet to a paid parking lot.
Awesome.
So now we've just opened up 30, 40 spaces right in our core, that people should feel comfortable parking and being able to go a short walk to their restaurant for a little bit more than what it would be for parking in the garage. So that's fantastic.
Great.
And as far as safety, because that's what we're really looking, we're trying to project that it's safe to come downtown. You can feel comfortable downtown. If you go to that second valet, the area that you'd be waiting for your car is a park.
Yeah.
You have Worthing Place, and they're going to roll out some new technology so you can get a text message. You can send a text message so they can have your car ready. You walk over, you're hanging out in the park, you're safely distanced away from any other individuals, and then they pull up your car, you get in it, and you head out, making right-hand turns. Yeah, it's a much improved program.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's definitely going to make the traffic smoother. It's going to make downtown less congested, because as we all know, sometimes it gets a little crazy over there with all the parking. So that I think it's going to be great for people to come and see all of the different businesses that are down Atlantic Avenue, because in addition to the restaurants, I mean, there's shops and art galleries and so much to do down there. So now they really can come easily and safely to enjoy the things again, which is
that is a great point. The valets in the past have been tied to specific restaurants, meaning you pay a certain price if you get validated and so forth. The city of Delray Beach is we're essentially going to be paying the valet fee. So the valet through this pilot program is not going to be paying its normal fees to utilize our spaces, and that savings is going to be passed directly on. So these 3 valets are now $10 flat fee, no validating.
Wow.
You do not have to go to Taverna Opa. You do not have to go to City Oyster. There is no handing back of a ticket back and forth. It's $10 flat fee, whether you eat downtown or shop downtown or not, which we hope you do both.
Yes.
It's a flat fee, and that's the city of Delray making approximately a $27,000 investment, being that we won't recoup those fees to get people downtown and to feel comfortable and safe downtown.
Wonderful. And Ryan, is there a time limit once you do the valet? Is there a certain amount of time you can stay parked for?
You know what? Staff is reviewing. I think it's a 4-hour. I think it's a 4-hour limit. But during this pilot program, that may be different. But they're going to roll out all the details in the next few days.
Oh, how exciting. Well, I'm certainly excited to be able to get downtown, even if the weather's bad. And I know that a whole lot more people feel the exact same way. So thank you to all of you for working so hard, because I mean, this is really going to make a huge difference for businesses and for both residents and visitors of our town.
Yes.
Well, that's
so we have a fun show today, huh?
We do. And I mean, it's always fun to talk about art and artists and creative people. So that's what this whole show is going to be dedicated to. It's going to be dedicated to the virtual Delray Affair, because I mean, I know personally, I was very sad that I couldn't go this year. And I know a lot of people felt the same way. So I think this is a brilliant call, and I'm excited to attend virtually. How about you?
Yes, I'm thinking about how I can make it a lot of fun. My mom and her sisters have been going since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they love to go on Fridays. So Fridays they get up early in the morning and they go out. They beat the crowds. By the way, they go again on Sunday. So
I was gonna say, you need to go more than once.
they say they're beating the crowds by going on Friday, but then they all come back on Sunday, and I think that's where they think the deals are, at the beginning and at the end. But they usually meet me for lunch, because I'm working on that Friday usually. So I'm gonna see if we can find some way to turn it into like a virtual Zoom meeting where we're still maybe all virtually walking around together.
So
and maybe have lunch or something like that. So yeah, I think this is great.
It is. And I think it's a really, we were just before we started recording, we were chatting a bit. And I think that what's really cool about this too, is you kind of get to see the artist in a different environment, which is always fun also, especially if it's your favorite artist you've been seeing for 20 years. You get to see them in a different capacity, whether it's their studio or, and I think that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty neat. And I think that it gives you a whole different look at these artists than when you see them in the tent, which, let's be real, we're all gonna miss the beautiful tents and everybody's work out on the street, but it'll be back before we know it. So we'll enjoy it this way, and at least we have that opportunity.
Yeah, and you have an opportunity probably to look a lot more of their work. There's only so much that you could bring with you and put into a 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 tent. And now we're going to be able to see their full catalog of work. And some of these artists, although they may be selling, margarita signs to hang out at your patio, they might have an entire other business style art that they do that you didn't even really know about. So I'm really excited to get on the computer and explore that as well.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be great. I am excited, and we're excited we have a couple of the artists that are going to be on the show today. So we're going to chat with them a little bit, talk about what they've been working on, talk about their experience with the Delray affair. And we're going to, of course, have Stephanie and Nancy, who are a huge part of putting on this incredible event, which takes a ton of planning. Like, this is not just a show up in magical fairies and unicorns, even though it looks like it. This is definitely a very well planned out event. So we're excited to have you girls on. And Ryan, I know you need to get back to your job over there. So thank you for the information.
Yep, the cars are starting.
I see them behind you. I'm like, oh, we got to get them off. Thank you, Ryan. Stay safe.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody involved in the Delray affair, both past, present, and into the future. I've been enjoying it since I was a little kid, and that's how Delray Beach was introduced to me, with the gladiolas and the crafts and everything. I remember sitting on the stairs of Old School Square while my mom shopped, and she'd come back around to pick me up, and then I would grow to be a shopper myself and to really appreciate everything that these artists have to offer and how special of an event it is, and how every year it happens right here in our downtown. And I'm super excited about this virtual Delray affair, and excited to welcome it back into our city and to see all our friends again. So thank you to everyone involved.
Yay. Bye, Ryan. Thank you. So we have Nancy Stewart and, of course, Stephanie and Lynn, and they're going to chat a little bit about the history. And we want to hear how it started. We want to hear all of that really awesome information that a lot of people who are watching probably don't know.
Well, it's so funny what Ryan was just saying. This event has been going on. It's literally generational for 58 years. This is the 50th year. And this year we're moving with the times. So we're doing it virtual, at least for the time being, just to try to, we mainly wanted to do it to help out the artists that didn't get to come, the artists and the vendors, and give another shout out to our sponsors that make it possible for us. So, I know I'm missing some of my favorite vendors, and I was talking to Sherry Lynn, she's one of our volunteers. So the chamber's open, we're starting to get our volunteers back. And we were telling her about the virtual Delray Fair, and she goes, oh, my friend and I, Ronnie, we go to the Delray Fair every year. And so this year they're going to FaceTime and go shopping the virtual Delray Fair. And that's so clever. Good for you. I was so proud of her. So, and I was also talking to Stacy from Center State Bank. She had to come over and notarize something the other day to help us out. And she was saying, I always get my dog leash from this one vendor and I couldn't do it. I'm like, you're in luck. You're in luck, because now you can shop all your favorite vendors and maybe even find some new ones that you love and take your time and patronize them and visit them and help the artists through this difficult time and get the stuff that you like to, of course.
Absolutely. And I think that that's a really awesome point that you made, Stephanie, is for a lot of artists and smaller businesses, this has been extremely difficult. And I think, a lot of us look forward to these events that we do every year. And it's like, you're like, oh, yeah, well, I know this month I'm going to be here and this month I'm going to be here. And a lot of that got stopped, unfortunately. So this gives them the opportunity to continue to connect with their customers and be like, I'm still here, remember me, and not lose that revenue and be able to continue to connect. Because I think, especially for artists, that's what it is. It's a lot of that connection, which is going to be great to see virtual.
I know I mean, everyone's had a really tough time, but you still need to buy gifts. You need to celebrate your milestones. And this is a good way to get something unique and creative and amazing and help the people that either are in Delray Beach, because we're going to meet one of our artists that's in Delray Beach in a few minutes, and some of our artists that will also meet that have been coming here for over 20 years and know and love Delray Beach. We got to help them out. So,
Yes.
Nancy, do you want to fill them in more of how this came to fruition?
Well, at our international conferences in 2019, I guess, we met a group of talented programmers who were launching a software program for online vendor applications. And a long story short, in a conversation with them, I started asking them questions. Could you do this? Could you do that? And so we have become kind of a beta tester for them. And they've been developing a software that will be specifically customized for event producers, meaning that it's a one-stop. You no longer have to get a software program that manages your volunteers, or get a software program that does your sponsored deliverables, or do online ticketing. So it's it's a one-stop shopping place. So when COVID-19 happened, Stephanie and Tiffany said they really wanted to find a way to do a virtual Delray Affair online to help our exhibitors. And when I spoke to Eventany, they said, well, that's in our 2-year plan. But what they did is fast-tracked it. And in a matter of 2 weeks, they developed this software that is free to us, and it's free to our exhibitors. So it took us a little bit, we were hoping to launch it a little earlier, but I think it's really good timing right now. And I'm really excited to see how it works for our exhibitors, and also to see if we can keep it online year round, because we get so many calls throughout the year of people looking to go back and purchase something that they found at the Delray Affair, and they knew it was on the 200 block, but they didn't know what their name was. So I'm hopeful that in addition to helping them out in these tough times, that throughout the year, it will continue to be an online shopping platform for our attendees.
That's great. I mean, in 2 weeks, that's crazy. That's like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know how they could do that, but that's amazing. And I think the thing that's great too is it's June 12th through the 20th. So it's just in time for Father's Day. And I think, and I think that there's, going to be a lot of people that are going to have some really interesting things too, because you did wait a little bit. They're able to make new products while they've been at home. I know a lot of artists have been doing extra work because they have time. So I think it actually did work out that it was pushed back a little bit later than maybe you would have liked it.
I don't think people were in the mood in April to venture or even think anything. It was a really tough time. It was only a few weeks ago when we were in complete lockdown. So this is a perfect timing. We're starting to emerge. We're starting to come out. We're starting to, remember the things that we need to get and buy and just support each other. It's starting to feel more comfortable for people. So I think it's perfect timing.
I agree. And then I have a question, because my aunt loves the poster every year. Is there a way that people can buy shirts or posters or any of that kind of stuff that they normally get at the affair?
Well, we, as you know, have a tentative rescheduled date for the Delray Affair for October 17th and 18th.
Right.
And if we get the permission to move forward with that, those will be launched as they normally are at our official poster booth and our merchandise. Those are typically not for sale until the actual event.
Okay.
And then they're provided to the chamber to sell post-event. So we're going to have to wait till October 17th and 18th.
Oh, man. That's great. Okay, and then one of the other questions I wanted to ask was what kind of vendors can everyone expect? Is it everybody that's normally there? How many vendors do we have participating?
Well, yesterday when I checked, it was a little over 100. So not everybody has gone up and done that. I think people are a little bit preoccupied, and we've kind of had to encourage and call people. But I really believe that once we sent out the email again, we're getting a lot of people that want to jump on board. And once they see what we have, I think it's going to encourage them to participate. But it categorizes it. In order to go in and shop, you just go to eventany.com. It's EVENTENY, and you put in your name and your email, and it provides you an account to go on and shop. No cost, no commitments. And then you can share that link with friends of yours too. So I think that we're really going to broaden the audience of people that maybe haven't even been to the Delray Affair. But it's categorized. It'll show you jewelry, clothing, paintings in different mediums. And it also features sponsors. So sponsors that have a product to sell also have the opportunity to put something on there. If you want to buy a car online, I don't know if they posted it, but they have the opportunity to do that also.
That's great.
Oh, like is Peachkin's sheets on there? I always get my sheets there.
Skin sheets will I don't know if they're on the virtual Delray Fair. I'll have to look.
Better be.
I'm sure they unfortunately are not able to be at the October date, but yeah, they also have an online store, so you can always search them. But yeah, I'll have to go back and check and see if she's set up her account.
That's great. And I love the fact that people now, not only just in Delray Beach, can log on and can shop Delray Affairs. So we really are going to be able to get a lot of people who are so excited. Like, I know I have an aunt who lives in North Carolina. Sometimes she makes it down for it. Sometimes she doesn't. And she's always bummed when she misses it. So now she can log on and she could shop and tell all her friends in North Carolina. So now we have even more people that can.
Exactly. I'm going to Pennsylvania next week, and I've shared this with my friends who have never been to the Delray Affair, and I never thought about it. They never had an opportunity. There was never an option for them to go and see who we showcase or purchase online, unless you know the actual artist and what their website is. So I think this is going to turn into something really good for our artists, and it's a great added value that we're providing to them. It's something that we can do to hopefully help them through these difficult times.
For sure. Absolutely. So do you girls have anything else you want to?
We should meet the artist now.
I know, I'm itching. I'm like, can I bring him on? Okay, well, so I think first let's call Ken Hoff, who is known as the Tin Man. Thank you, ladies, for all that information too. I think that's really amazing just to find out. Okay, and I have to say, when we were chatting right before we got on this Zoom call, we were looking around all the incredible work in your studio, and it is so great. And thank you again to Nancy and Stephanie for putting together this incredible online event, which I think is going to be fabulous. And they've been working very hard. So thank you to the two of them. And Ken, so tell everyone, where are you coming in live from?
I'm in my studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
So guys, you are getting to see his workspace in Atlanta. We were all like joking about it earlier, but this is one of those great things about Zoom is we can see your work and your workspace, something that a lot of people haven't been able to see before, which I think is
and people ask me all the time about the studio and the amount of space it takes to store all this material and how it all happens. And I've been very low key about that. I never really showed the studio. And I'm excited about this opportunity that Delray is giving us. As artists, it's a great thing, to be able to sell your stuff online and tie it into a show that you've been doing for so long.
For sure. And tell everyone, how long have you been coming and doing Delray?
This April show would have been my 20-year anniversary at that show. My wife and I have been coming there forever. And we were just so upset that we couldn't go this year, but it's all right. I mean, I think the October one's going to be fabulous, and the next April one's going to be even better.
Absolutely. And I think especially because everyone's going to be missing it,
Right.
In April, I think you're going to see next April probably double the business because everyone's going to make sure they're here for the Delray Affair. But in the meantime, I mean, everyone can see the beautiful pieces that you're working on while we're talking to you and the detail. And I mean, it's incredible. So I want everyone to hear a little bit about your story because I was fortunate enough to get to watch a video of you talking about your work. So tell everyone how you got started in creating your pieces because your story is so cool.
Well, basically, it's sort of the art of architectural salvage. So we travel around the country finding old buildings that are being torn down or renovated. We make an offer to buy the antique tin ceiling tiles, which are what this is a pile of right here, ripped right from the ceiling. And we bring all that material back here to the studio in Atlanta, and we start cutting it up and folding it and painting it and turning it into, this
So
kind of a thing here, which is what most people are used to seeing in my booth at the Delray Affair. But recently we've been doing a lot of mixed media stuff and a lot of different things. This piece behind me, this mandala, it's 27 different ceilings from around the country. I've never done a piece like this before. And in terms of the scope of the work and the amount of time it took to do it. And that's one of the good things that came out of all this, is that it kind of gave me the ability to not have to work on a show schedule deadline where every weekend I have to replace what I just sold.
Yeah.
So I just keep making a lot of the similar kind of pieces. Now I can do stuff that I've never tried before. And my collectors are really getting some great pieces out of us over the past couple of months. It's been incredible.
yeah, and I think that is one of those silver linings. I really believe that there's always some glimmer somewhere, even in a horrible situation. And I think for artists, I think what you're saying is something that I've heard from a lot of my artist friends is they've gotten to really experiment with their medium a little bit more because you aren't on such a rush schedule. And I mean, that piece is absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, and that being said, I don't know if anybody can
Oh, yeah,
see
we
this, but this is a mixed media piece I did. It's Janis Joplin, and it's got found music sheet music in it,
Wow.
and spray paint and spirographs and old photographs and ticket stubs and blotters, and it's just a really cool piece. Kind of like the Jimi Hendrix one over here, and I'm trying to get it on camera, but I don't know if you can really
Yeah,
see
no,
it.
we can see it. Yeah, it's
But yeah,
great.
it's got a real Fender Stratocaster guitar that was lit on fire, and it's framed in antique tin, and it's got ticket stubs on it from Hendrix concerts and Jimi Hendrix lyrics. Perfect for Father's Day.
That's
Perfect for Father's
right.
Day. And you can buy it online at the
Yes.
virtual Delray Affair. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's so cool. And I think, and you're absolutely correct. There's, I think, especially music and things like that, which you are a musician, which is how I learned that you got your whole start. And I think that it's really cool to see these pieces and really just the amount of work that goes into that, and that you salvage the pieces. And every piece has such a unique, special story about it. And I would venture to guess you probably can't make two of the exact same thing, correct?
Right. Yeah, it's quite a process. It's really quite a process.
It could be a sister, but not a twin, probably, because it's hard.
Right.
It's hard to get all those pieces. So, what else can all of the people who are going to come and shop with you at the virtual Delray Affair? What else can they expect to see?
I'm have a great collection of the reclaimed teak boats from Bali with the antique tin on them. I have a whole bunch of different sizes, a whole bunch of different color palettes. I have a gorgeous American flag, which is just perfect for these days. I'm trying to get it on camera here.
Yeah.
But made of like 8 different ceilings and a real fabric US flag. And all my work, I don't know if you can see this, but all the work has the history written on the back as far as where in the country the parts are from.
Oh, that's
and again, I don't know if you can see all this as I'm walking around the studio, but
yeah,
I'm bringing a lot of really great stuff this year, and I'm putting it all online too. So it changes from moment to moment. I mean, I have people who might buy this tomorrow and I'll have to make another one. So, you never get the same thing twice out of me.
That's awesome. So that means, guys, if you see it on the first day, you better grab it because it's probably not going to be there by the last day.
That's funny that you say that, because that's what I tell all the people who come in the booth on Friday who are like, oh, I'll come see you on Sunday when the price is half price. And they come back on Sunday and everything's got a sold sticker on it. And they're like, oh, I wanted the green one. Why can't you make another green one? And I'm like, sorry, lady, that was it. Here's my card. I'll see you next year. And they become, the people that miss the pieces become the best collectors, because the following year they come back on the Friday with cash, ready to rock and roll. And it's just, it's great. There's no other show in the country like Delray Affair. I do shows in California a lot, Palm Springs, Beverly Hills, Malibu, and everybody says, what's the best show? What's the really best one? I said, there's nothing like the Delray Affair. So I'm just happy to be a part of the whole scene. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure Nancy and Stephanie and everybody involved appreciate that, because I know they work so hard to make sure that it is a seamless event for everyone. And yeah, I'm just so excited that you guys are going to have the opportunity to have, a little delayed but online event. So is there anything else that you want to share with everybody who is going to be shopping with you in the next few days?
Yeah, if you don't see what it is you're looking for, on that online platform, just call me or text me and I can make you the piece of your dreams. No problem. I do a lot of custom work for people, a lot of commissions. And I just want to add real quick, what you just touched on is that the thing that makes Delray Affair really so amazing is Nancy and her staff and the people that have been running that event for so many years, because they make it so you can come back and it's very easy to work with them. And I work with promoters all over the country and producers all over the country. And a lot of them, it's just about send me the check, here's your booth. And that's the end of it, and these guys have become like family to us. And it's just really nice year after year after year. They just it just gets better and better and better. So my hat's off to them for doing a fantastic job. Yay.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure they really appreciate that. And we're actually going to put the link to your video on the Facebook page so people could see and check out the story behind a lot of your work, because
okay, I think it's on there.
Oh, is it already there? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's on there.
Awesome.
I'll make sure.
So Tiffany's already on it, and if not, we will make sure that it's on there so all of you can see what I'm referring to, because it was really awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ken. I love your work. I'm so excited to come and check you out online, and happy selling and stay safe. Bye, Ken. So next up, I think we lost him. Oh no, there he goes. Okay, next up we have Rebecca Fordham from Calusa Waterwear. Did I say that right, Rebecca? Is it Calusa?
Hi, yes, that is correct.
and you are a local. So we just had Ken, who is from Georgia, and then we also have amazing local businesses such as yours that get to be showcased at the Delray Affair also, which I think is amazing. So how many years have you done the Delray Affair?
This is our 5th year.
Great.
And what's interesting is we actually launched at the Delray Affair 5 years ago.
So it's extra special for you then.
It's very special. Yeah, it is very special. We had our first spot in Old School Square, and we were just absolutely blown away by the response from the city and all of the participants. And every year we go back, it just keeps getting better and better.
Absolutely. And we're looking at some of your pieces here. So you're in your studio in Delray.
That's correct.
Your pieces are gorgeous. And I know, obviously during COVID-19, things were a little crazy, and you were actually able to add some new items to your assortment, which I think is fabulous.
We did. It actually was a good time for us to kind of really, like you were talking about design. We really focused on design and, producing more pieces. Everything that we make is made in-house. So we do not print anything unless we're going to an event like Delray Affair. We don't print anything until we have an order. Okay. So we're able to do everything on demand, which is great. But yes, we did have to adjust a little bit due to COVID. We started making care packages for people. We realized that, people can't get out and go shopping, and there's still birthday parties happening, and there's still life events. And so we started to put together some care packages that people could send out, and just some more inexpensive type of gifts. Like we brought out some socks and they're fun and have different sayings on them and things like that we wouldn't normally carry.
Right. And I think that's a really great point too, is, a lot of vendors such as yourself, now you have even more things and you can see what works. So you can say, oh, great, socks are a bestseller this year. And now you have even more things that you could bring next year when you have the April event, or hopefully we get one in October also, but worst case scenario, in April or even for holiday. So do you have anything special for Father's Day or any extra special gifts that are perfect for right now?
Yeah, we do have some really fun things for holiday. Actually, we just brought in this new camp style shirt for men.
Oh, cute.
So this is what the front would look like. And then the back, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it's greetings from Florida. And it has some of our artwork on the back. So this is brand new, and it's a poly rayon blend. So it's perfect for Florida. This is about as dressy as we get in Florida summers, so as you know. So it's a really great, nice Father's Day gift. We do have some specials. You know, one of the things that's really started to sell well for us in our online store during this time is these fishing buffs. So you slide it on over your head. It's like a scarf that you just slide on over your head, and then you can just pull it up over your face. So this is one of them. It matches our new Colony Beach print. But we do have other ones for men, and we have a package right now for Father's Day where it's American flag fishing buff that matches with an American flag ultra comfort performance shirt.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I've seen your pieces up close and personal, and they're beautiful. The quality is beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. And I think you have your prints are not like anything you see with any other company, which I think makes them extra special. Is there any story behind your prints, or how do you get inspired to create these pieces?
You know, I get that question asked all the time, as I'm sure you do as well. You know, it really, it's kind of what's happening in pop culture inspires me a lot, where I'm spending a lot of my time. So for instance, our latest summer collection, I was very inspired by Palm Beach, a lot of the pinks and the greens and the mint colors. And so what happens is once I kind of get my inspiration together, I put a board together, and the designs start out actually as watercolors. Okay. So they start out as a watercolor, then they get scanned in the computer, and color gets added, different dimensions get added, and then it gets printed out on a special printer and then transferred onto the garments.
Beautiful. So, and those are the kind of things that I love hearing, because I think a lot of times people, they don't realize how much work goes into every single piece, and they just see this beautiful item and they're like, wow, this is great. But hearing those things, I think, makes it extra special to know how much thought and time you're putting in every single one of these pieces.
Yes, definitely. And that's why I do love to see customers in person, because I do get to tell that story. Online, you don't get to tell that story as much, and people may wonder, oh, why is that so expensive? Well, there's a lot of work that goes into behind the scenes. We're not sending the garment out to be, mass produced. We're doing it here in-house. So.
Right. And for people who don't know, it is a lot more difficult to do it that way for a lot of reasons, because it's not just a printer making 1,000 of them. So they have to do every single step for every single piece. So and I think, that's a challenge that as a creative I fight with also, is why is that so much money? I'm like, do you know how long it took us to figure out this pattern? But so I always like to ask those questions, because I think it's the process. And I mean, you have, I'm so distracted. I'm like staring at everything behind you, because it's just, they're lovely, and the hand feel. And that's the one thing that we all know, clothing online is very different than clothing in person. But I think even just in seeing it here, you could see how soft it looks and the beautiful printing.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I have a bunch of other garments back here. This is something from our spring line.
Oh, how cute.
One of our best sellers. So on the Eventini site, we have what's left of our spring line, and then we've launched summer as well. So we have a bunch of different things to choose from. We have men's and women's, and we also have kids too. So we don't.
So what do you have for the little ones? Because I think I didn't know that you did kids. Okay, so
yeah. So this is actually one piece. This we brought out for Father's Day. I call this Florida Shark. And we actually did this for men as well as kids, and you can buy it as a set for Father's Day.
Oh, how cute. So if you haven't gotten Father's Day gifts, that's an adorable gift for a cute photo. For to be able to send to everyone, since a lot of people haven't been able to see family members. I think that's something that's really cute. Or you could buy it and you can wear it together and virtually shop the rest of Delray Affair.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we did something similar to this for Mother's Day. And it took off so well. We got such great response. We decided to do one for Father's Day. So you can do a daddy and me, or you can do a mommy and me. This is the design that we did. This is the design that we did for Mother's Day. This is available in children's as well.
Beautiful.
And our kids sizes are available in 24 months, 3T, 4T, and then kids sizes, extra small through large.
That's great. So you could get something for the whole family. And is there anything else that you want anybody to know about you or about what to expect at the Delray Affair?
Well, I'm just so excited to be a part of this. I'm so grateful to the Chamber and to Nancy for bringing this online event. It's so wonderful to see them supporting small businesses and how hard they worked through this whole COVID-19. I mean, even you know, getting the communication from the Chamber, they were at home working their butts off, doing Zoom conferences and meetings, and I'm just so grateful to be part of it and to be here in the local community in Delray. It's just so wonderful.
Well, we are lucky to have you and your beautiful work also. So thank you so much. And can you just tell everyone what is your website for anybody who is going to find you?
Okay, so my website is Shop Calusa, and Calusa is spelled Caloosa. So it's shopcalusa.com.
Okay, and of course you will see her on the Delray Affair platform, and you can shop all of these amazing things and even more. So thank you so much. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Bye. Good to see you, Rebecca. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I am going to now bring on Tiffany for any other announcements we may have. Hey, Tiff, I love your shirt. I want one. They're so cute.
It's in my car. I never got to you.
I know. It's okay. I wore my pink though. Yes, I am so excited. I mean, I know we've been gushing about this all show long, but you guys have all been working tirelessly in addition to the teams, both Nancy's team and the Chamber team, and tons of volunteers. I mean, this is a huge undertaking, and especially to have to pivot with such short notice, because it was like, it's there and we were so excited, and then oh wait, no, never mind, and then trying to find this online platform, and like Nancy said, in 2 weeks they figured it out, which is huge. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around how much organizing you guys had to do, because this is insane.
Well, and if you think about it, our regular Delray Affair has over 500 vendors. So it's a huge undertaking for their team. And we're so thankful to have the relationship that we do with Festival Management Group. They've been managing the Delray Affair on behalf of the Chamber for 14 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're very lucky to have Nancy and her team. And as Ken said, like the relationships that they have with all of our vendors, it's like that around the country. So we're very thankful to them.
Absolutely. And you can feel it.
Tells a lot about our town and how we treat people that are coming to our town for these shows.
Absolutely.
Having like the history that I have with the town, it's not just FMG, it's all event producers throughout. We're not just here, same with the city, we're not just here to take our vendors' money. It's about maintaining those relationships and the community to come back to these events and frequent their favorite vendors. It's just really important, and it really tells the heart of Delray Beach, I think.
I agree completely. So what other news do you guys have going on over there?
So I have actually a lot of announcements. We did have a long show, so thank you for hanging in with us this morning.
Thank you, everyone.
So much information. Really great show. We will post the Eventany link at the end of this show. I haven't had a chance to post it while we're live, but I will post it right after the show. I just want to give a quick shout out to our Chairman's Club members today. Our Chairman's Club partner is Waste Management. We are bringing in Lois Frankel, State Representative Lois Frankel from Washington, D.C. And she is going to give an update directly from Washington, D.C.
Very cool.
Yeah, and she's going to talk about pandemic response, the riots, and a legislative update. So if you are our Chairman's Club members, or if you're interested in becoming a Chairman's Club member, just reach out directly to Stephanie or send us a note, and we're happy to get you that Zoom link for later today. I believe it's at noon. Tomorrow, we have our Realtor Roundtable, which, you know, it's so funny. The last event that I attended was the Realtor Roundtable on March 12th. At our friends at Spark. So tomorrow we have an update from Dorothy Jack's office. That's open if you're not in real estate. It's a really great opportunity to just get an update as to what's happening. So we'll get an update from them. That's at 10 a.m. and that is via Zoom. Friday, we have a brand new BurgerFi on Linton, which is very exciting. So if you're ready to go to BurgerFi, or if you're not quite ready to go, we will be doing a ribbon cutting just with less than 10 people, but they are going to have $5 burger specials all day long. And that is in the Whole Foods Shopping Center on Linton. So BurgerFi, $5 burgers on Friday as part of their grand opening celebration.
I need to make a note of that. That's awesome.
And then we are launching, if you're ready, a lot of people aren't ready to get out. We've done a little survey as to see if people are ready to get out and network, and you either are or you're not. We've created something called the Supper for Six. So there are 6 spaces available at 4 different restaurants next Tuesday nights. We have Death or Glory, End of the Avenue, Johnny Brown's, and Deck 84. So 4 different things. You can register, and then we are going to pick where you'll be having dinner and who you can network with. And it's only limited to 6 people at each restaurant. You have to call Angel directly. So give us a call at the chamber and we'll get you set up for that. And you pay your own way at the restaurant. This is just something to start to ease our way back into networking as the nation, opens up.
I think that's fabulous, because especially for a lot of people, like myself included, to be honest, we are a little hesitant to get completely back out there and start networking or being around people you may not know. But this does it in a more intimate way where it feels a lot more comfortable because it's not so many people. So I think that's great that you guys are doing that. And I think, I just think it's been amazing how you guys have been able to navigate and take the temperature of where people are at and kind of meet everyone where they're at, which is amazing. I mean, you guys have just, and as you've heard, the artists, you guys have been working like nonstop, and we all really appreciate all the hard work you guys have been doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. We have a small team. We have been working remotely, but our chamber is open, guys. Lynn is here every day from 9 to 1. The rest of our team is here throughout the day, but the chamber is officially open daily from 9 to 1. We have a ton of protocols in place. If you are ready just to come say hi, please do. We have giant pool floats at the front of the chamber. So when you do come in, take a photo. We're welcoming everyone back and help keep our businesses afloat this summer. That's our summer campaign. So if you go to delraybeach.com/float, all of our members have submitted some kind of float special we'll be promoting that through the rest of the summer.
That's wonderful. And I think it is such a great time to, as you're emerging, get out there, support the local businesses. If you're not completely out in the world, go online. I mean, everybody has a website, and you can support your favorite restaurants or boutiques, do takeout, curbside shopping. I know a lot of the boutiques are doing, and give some love to the locals, especially right now more than ever, because this is usually when we're starting to get busy with tourists. It's going to be a little different. So have a staycation at one of the beautiful hotels and just get out there.
Yeah. And that's all I have. Thank you for a wonderful show.
It was such a great show. I mean, these artists are unbelievable, and they're 2 of many talented people. I mean, as Nancy said, over 100 people you can shop on this virtual Delray affair. So you don't have to miss it this year. It's just a little different, as seems to be the theme this year. So we're really excited to be able to have this. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for hanging in there for probably our longest show ever, but I think it was a fun one. And we will see you next week. Have a good one. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.